Come on, Leon. You come and go. Your arm's out of picture.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode
Just like that?
of Pushin Buttons Network. We're back to talking about games again.
What's going on, man? What's the problem?
I'm letting him do his thing, man. I'm letting him do his thing. He sounds like he's in the rhythm. I wasn't gonna say nothing, you know what I mean? Till he introduced me. Now I was gonna come in.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? But,
all right,
yeah,
so who we got today? We got Andrew, and we got Philip,
Hello.
and so next,
Why you going?
my man's like moving along. Oh, shit.
oh yeah, we got the other Andrew too. You know, he thinks he's cool with his little shirt on. You know,
Yeah,
merchandise
sure.
coming soon.
That shirt is cool, man.
it is.
Merchandise.
It is.
You know, you
We
guys.
gotta break 100 subscribers in that.
Yeah. I need a hoodie with that on it, man.
You guys
Just
keep playing your cards right. Keep showing up. You might get you one. You know, you might get you
I've
one.
been trying to get me out of here for the longest.
All right, yo. Let me stop being stupid. All right, what are we talking about today?
Games as a service. It seems.
Games as a service.
Games as a service.
Seems like that's been a major talking point in the last few years of gaming.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
few years.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I kind of wanted to speak on games as a service is when did it become a thing to pretty much so you sell us a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And during that game, we're doing missions, we're leveling it up, so on and so forth, right?
Of course.
But then we just end up playing the same things over and over again, right? But instead of the enemy having 100 HP, now they have 300 HP, but we get a slightly stronger gun, right? And then they get slightly stronger, and then we get. It's like I'm watching Dragon Ball Z, you know.
What do you mean by that stuff?
By like,
power scaling.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like every time Goku gets here, everybody
reaches
else
the
gets
peak.
there. Goku gets here, everybody
Yeah.
else. I feel like that our games are the same now.
I think that was different. Dragon Ball Z didn't feel like that because there was actually monsters that were sealed away and then they came. Dragon Ball Super,
hmm
and that's
I feel like our games are now Dragon Ball Super,
yeah.
where everything just keeps scaling with us. We're doing the same shit over and over again. And honestly, the only time I'm having fun is when I'm playing it with other people. If I try to grind on my own, I'm bored out of my mind.
It's because you're not a gamer, you're a casual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had trouble playing by myself in some of these games. I play a lot of games and services actually.
And you don't get bored like when you're just playing by yourself?
No, I don't, man. I mean, I do, and I know I realize what I'm doing. It's the same loop. It's like, man, it's almost a chore, right? But we like to do it because we want to be at the top of the game for the new content.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they rope you in, because you know when the new content comes out, if you're not max level from the old content, you're not gonna have that head start to get it done.
Right.
But yeah, it does seem like, man, all right, especially take Destiny for instance. The reset is every week,
Mm-hmm.
so it feels like, oh shit, I didn't get this and this and this done. Let me go do it right now.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday,
Yeah, 2 more days.
all right, time to
until
do it
I can
all. Yeah, let me do it all over again. Let me just knock it out early in the week, so I don't have to be on the game. So it's like, are you enjoying the game at that
Right.
point? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
especially when you say what you just said.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Let me go ahead and knock this out so I don't got to play it. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
It's facts though, man.
That's
It's
kind of
facts.
that's kind of true because I used to, before I stopped playing Destiny altogether, I used to get on just to go to the vendor and see what they got, and see if I got it.
Yep.
So I'll buy whatever it is, and then I
Mhm.
would just sign off, and that'll be it.
Bro, I would be on
Every week.
I would be on my phone on Fridays and be like, what does Zer have? You know what I mean? Like the weekly vendor, what does he have? Did he have anything
Yeah.
good? Put
Check
the
out
phone
Zer.
back down. Never hop in there, man.
See?
Yeah.
I mean, so the reason this kind of came about was the Division finally dropped their new DLC,
Yeah.
right?
I just
New
watched
York one?
Yeah, the New York one.
I just watched the IGN's review of that.
Yeah, and apparently, so I watched that review. I've seen other reviews on it and just takes on it, right? And it seems like they kind of backtracked to the Division One again.
Yep.
When all of the enemies were just sponges.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, because that was the biggest complaint from Division One.
Right.
That they fixed in.
Seems like
Division 2,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla.
They did fix it,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Basically, and I think we talked about this in the Division when we talked about Division not too long ago.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, they had armor pieces falling off, so like it made more sense. You had something to aim for. You know what I mean? When I have these big tanky characters coming at me, I'm aiming straight for their head. I'm trying to get that helmet off.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you can take off the leg armor. You can take off the shoulder armor. So for them to go back to just the bullet sponges again, to me, it just shows a lack of creativity, man. So.
So creativity in the gameplay, because apparently the story is decent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. For sure. I think games and services is interesting because I think that they are really just trying to replicate what like MMOs had back in the day.
Right.
It's like you take a World of Warcraft. They want a game that's gonna continuously keep you playing, right?
Oh yeah.
But I think what they need to do and start doing is really see your expansions as like the second game. Right. You take a good game, like I don't know, BioShock, right?
Mm-hmm.
When BioShock 2 comes around, it's still the same core mechanics, but they're adding in more ways
layers,
to play, more layers, right?
Right.
You can't just add in a new place to play when you do these games and services. You got to give us new ways to play. I remember Destiny 1, I think it was the first time they came out and they added more supers, like a whole new set of super, like 3 more supers into it. One, the story content for that was like pretty good. It was really short, but it was really good. And then 2, like now you're relearning how to play the game. Like, okay. Yeah. You know, it was like gunslinger and whatever it was in the beginning. Then they added in the throwing knives. I can't even remember the name of the blade dancer or something like that.
1,000 cuts or something.
Yeah.
The armor. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember the names. But yeah, if you give us not just new areas or new enemies, but also new mechanics.
Yeah.
I think it'll feel like the loop is being broken a little bit, right? Like I shouldn't feel like I'm playing the same game because they want us playing these games for 2-3 years,
right?
4 or 5 years even.
Yeah, they want it until the very next one comes out. Now they just want you to transition
over
to the new one.
Yep.
And start to 0 again.
Year 5 of a games as service. What's up, man?
Oh, okay. I thought it froze for a second.
Nah, when it gets to the end, it keeps going.
All right.
Yeah, year 5 should not feel like year 1.
Right.
At all.
Right. It should feel like a totally different game.
Like when I first thought about Destiny, they were talking about like their 10-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
10-year plan?
Yeah, initially when they first announced it, 10-year plan.
Oh yeah. And it was like the first game that's gonna cost $1 billion or some shit, right? Yeah.
I saw my Guardian dressed as like the scrub in Destiny 1 that eventually became legend in Destiny 1. When I thought about like what he was gonna become like at the end of the 10 years, I thought this man was gonna be like a real like legend that could look back on, this is where I started type of thing. But
it's like, nah, where I started, I just played the other day.
Yeah.
I just played that same mission the other day.
And you look like everybody else. For me, I feel like you gotta have just better planning when you make these games and services. I think a lot of times they put the game out and if for some reason it always feels like it's like half baked. And it feels like they're like, all right, we'll just drop it. They're gonna buy it. They'll play the 10 hours of content, and it's okay because we're gonna be adding more in 3 months.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want a complete game experience day one.
Right.
That evolves over time.
Right.
Unfortunately, the only thing that does that is single player games. That's completed.
Yeah.
They don't evolve because a lot of them don't do DLC or they rarely do DLC. But complete games are only solo games.
I will say of the recent games and services I played, because I played Destiny 2, played Anthem, played The Division 2. I don't know if Borderlands 3 is considered games and services.
Nah, hell no.
Borderlands? I don't think so.
It could be.
I mean, so Borderlands...
It's 4 players. It's not like open world.
Right. Borderlands was the precursor to all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they were like, let's make a game.
Looter shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Where it was like a creator, I forgot his name, where he was like, I really like Diablo, but I want to shoot something. Mm-hmm. So he was like, let me make Diablo with guns. And then that just evolved into Destiny and The Division, where I'm doing that with a whole bunch of other people instead of just 4 other people. But I think Borderlands has the edge because it's closed. You're not, the people you're playing with are the people in your party. You know what I'm saying? You don't see anybody else because it's technically a single player game with 3 other people.
I guess that would be the difference.
You know, elements.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can still tailor it, you know, but when you're playing a game that's as open as Destiny and The Division, like I get that it's hard to tailor that, you know, because you got to kind of keep it open, but then.
Well, even The Division 2, I felt like the base was complete, right? I think it's like we are trained because I felt like it was good. You know, the first I don't even know how long the initial game was, but I feel like because we see the roadmap and we know the raid is supposed to be coming 2 months in, like we do it to ourselves. We try to rush through the content, right?
Oh yeah,
of course. Right.
Anytime like Destiny drops.
We'll hoard all those.
The clan, we take off work. We hoarded up the tokens so that day one we could buy it. We can power level
the tokens, the missions.
And
we won't turn into missions until the next season. we do everything that screws us over.
Yeah, right. So that's what the developers really are working against. It's a player base in a way. You know what I mean? We want more from them, but what they give us, we consume in like minutes. You know what I mean? So it's a battle that they got to figure out. Unfortunately, we don't have to figure that out. Yeah. You know, because as things stand right now, some of these games I will not be purchasing the next time around. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because you sink so much time into it, and you just feel like you know, like you say, you're back at square one.
Yeah, the next game they don't even bring. Like I would have thought in the year 2020 or 2018 or whatever, when you played like Destiny 1 or Division 1. When it came to Division 2 and Destiny 2, you can bring your character over and bring all your other stuff.
Why not? Yeah.
I mean, you could bring your likeness over, but that was it, right?
I don't even think Division 2 you could bring your likeness.
Oh yeah, in Division 2, no. But I remember when Destiny 2 came out.
So all right, so take that. Destiny, you can bring your likeness over, right? I don't even think they changed their character creator.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, they didn't add new faces.
It just looked better.
Yeah, so it was like...
Just the graphics were better.
And then taking that into account, it looked better, but my character's head didn't fit his hair properly. So, like, the back of his head is sticking out of his hair. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It's just cheap shit, you know? It's cheap, man. I'm pissed. Gotta keep a helmet on, man. But, yeah, it's just like, you take one game, and then the second game comes out, you expect more.
Right.
Yeah, right? And at least bring some weapons and armor over, but as you can tell in Destiny 2, they pulled out all the guns and then they slowly brought them back. Oh my god! If I played Destiny 1, I'd be so pissed.
Bro, they're playing us, man.
I'd be so pissed.
Us. New content came out. The trailer was dope for
Trials and all that.
What's the season of the?
The Red War, I think it's called.
Yeah, Warring or something like that. But
I don't know.
Yeah, the trailer, their trailers always look fire, bro. I saw the trailer, I almost thought about it. I was like, nah. And then, sure enough, I got on Twitch and saw people streaming it, and it was like the same thing, pretty much. They went out, they collected their bounties, they went out, did the missions, they went out and collected more bounties. And I get it. Every game has a loop, right? Like, I gotta go in Red Dead to go find somebody that's giving me a mission. And then I gotta go to the mission, and then I might have to go back to the home base. There's a loop to every single game, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But every mission in Red Dead, the loop isn't the same.
Right.
You know, this one might take me to a new area. This one might leave me over here where I can go farm. Everything in Destiny is the same loop.
Right.
You go get your bounties from the tower or wherever you get your bounties from, and then you do the mission. Then you go get some more bounties.
I mean, and then like with Red Dead kind of had the same thing that The Witcher did, where your side missions were sometimes more entertaining than the damn main story.
With characters, full story going on. You know, in a lot of games and services, your missions are kill missions.
Right.
Right.
Go here, clear this out, grab the loot, do it again. You know, that's pretty much it. But I'm just so we've identified the problem, right?
Yeah. The problem, and my problem is, I actually like these games.
Yeah, I mean, I like the games.
I like sinking time into these games.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
like
problem,
the gameplay. You know, the gameplay is tight.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Bungie knows how to craft a great shooter.
Yeah.
I actually like third-person shooting games, so that Division 2 is right up my league.
Me too.
And overall, I've been happy with Division 2. You know, I don't have too many complaints other than like a lot of delays they had with their content.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at what they're doing now, going back to the bullet sponges, I don't think I'm gonna want to invest too much time in that.
Right.
I'm gonna have to look that up. So did you already purchase the New York one?
No.
Okay,
no.
so you looked at the reviews before doing, which is smart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Games nowadays, it's required to get a review.
Oh yeah.
Why not? Right?
Oh yeah.
It's required to get a review.
It's up there. These people are getting the reviews before we do. I was huge on pre-ordering games, right? For the little pre-order bonuses and all that.
Yeah, I was too.
No mas, because I've been burned a few times. I bought a Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I bought the $99 edition.
Oh my god!
And I think I played it for all of 3 days.
Wow.
You know,
sorry,
game was trash. Now I went back and played it recently, and it's actually pretty good.
It's a lot better now.
They fixed it. Right?
They took out all the loot box shit, right?
I think that game was kind of just considered a games of service for a little bit.
Yeah,
just the way they tried to do loot boxes.
Yeah, EA is I need you to pay to play type shit.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised when Fallen Order didn't have all that shit in there.
You know what games of service that actually shows that the model can work? Warframe. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, I played Warframe. I mean, that was when the PS4 first came out.
And I haven't played it in years. But I think we just had the 7-year anniversary.
But there's people on that game still.
But
heavy.
But going to the game, it's completely different. So when I remember when I first played it back when PlayStation 4 came out, like you had like a little ship that you got into to go from planet to planet. All you did when the ship was just look at your inventory, and then you flew to the next planet. Now I get in there, it's a bigger ship. You got like a little pet, ninja dog. Mm-hmm. There's crafting, there's clans, there's all this. You can actually pilot the ship now for certain missions. There's like a hoverboard that you had that you never had before. Yeah. So the mechanics of the game has changed over time. And the worst part for all these other games we're buying, this game was free to play.
Right, from day
one.
one.
Yeah.
I got it day one.
Yeah, so if it's like, if they can do it, only supported by us buying new frames, new war machines, new weapons and stuff, and the expansions. I don't even know if they charge for the expansions now I think about it. Why can't these games that charge us $60, $80, $120 out the gate do this? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
What do I think about GTA? I mean,
sadly,
it's super.
Sadly, I didn't really play GTA, man.
Oh, okay.
I love the model of GTA.
Yeah, I played all the GTAs but GTA 5.
Yeah, I like that they're constantly supporting it. The only thing I don't like about
support.
Only thing I don't like about GTA is the threshold. I mean, the barrier to entry is so high to do anything.
You want to get online?
What do you mean?
So to get online and just fuck around, easy, right? But if you want to progress and do all this shit that they add to this game, your in-game character has to be a fucking millionaire.
Oh yes.
Just to do anything.
You have to scam.
Right.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. In order to get like the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because doing missions, you don't get any money.
Yeah.
But they got the heists, which pay a little bit more, but
you got to do them over and over. Yeah.
Oh, so that's the same thing.
So what we ended up doing back in the day was we found a glitch where we could just make multiple of the same customized car, and then we would just sell them.
Yeah.
Just to be able to do anything.
Yep.
You know?
I heard about a lot of those scams.
I got like 2 garage fulls of cars still.
Yeah.
I knew something was up when it was like, if you purchase the game, you get like $1 million.
Right. Because they know you can't do shit.
Yeah, when sometimes you'll just log in and be like, hey, it's 250,000.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Keep coming back. Yeah. Keep coming back.
You're right, because when you had to buy the bunker, that was pricey. And if you just played the game regularly and didn't cheat,
you can't afford that.
You don't have to grind. So you're right.
Yeah.
But that's the only
thing I didn't like about it.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like we did more grinding than actually playing.
Oh yeah, constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when the game it just isn't fun anymore.
But we did exactly how the game is about ill-gotten gains, and then we did
ill-gotten gains. Yo.
Yep. So maybe that's how they wanted us to play from the get-go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is the truth because we definitely did that.
Oh man,
we definitely did that.
Scheming.
So how can we make games like Destiny and The Division not be so repetitive over time and actually evolve? Like what's the answer?
First, games as a service, like them more than like any other. Most developers that make a game, they make the game that they want, that they think fans will like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's perfectly fine because if fans like the game, they'll find the game and play it. Games as service, you guys have to literally listen to the audience, right? Because like we're actively playing your game and we're telling you what we want next.
Right.
If you're not listening to those people and you're losing those people, odds are your game is not bringing in too many new people without, the cosign of your current fan base,
mm-hmm.
right? So, like, I just think of so many times where we're like, we want this, we want this, we want this, and it never came. So it's,
right.
It's like, cool, I'll move on. If it's like a single player game, they can throw whatever content they want at us, and we'll just consume it and see if we like it or not.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest thing for developers. Just listen to your fan base. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and a good example like with Destiny, like when you're a developer and you're putting these assets or these mechanics into games that could clearly be expanded upon, and you don't, you're just losing out on money. You're losing out on players that would continue to play if they have that variation of mechanic. Like a good example is the little what are those things that you ride in Destiny called?
The Sparrows.
The Sparrows.
They had Sparrow racing for like 1 month.
Right.
And took it out.
Yeah, it's like
why?
It's
they
like
had that in Destiny too.
All of that.
Destiny 1. Yeah.
Okay. All of that you can expand on. Having your ship.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the point of that ship?
No reason. That's
Bro,
a loading screen.
I literally thought Destiny 2, we're finally gonna get to pilot the ship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's like they have
raids and all that. Like,
yeah,
they have all this that they show that they don't expand upon.
Yeah.
They made Sparrow Racing like a holiday event, so it was there for like December, and then they took it away. And it's like, I just don't understand why you would go through the effort of making that mode.
Right.
And not letting people that want to play it.
Right.
What if somebody's in there like, yo, I don't give a fuck about shooting shit.
All I do is race.
All I do is race. Yo, I got because when you race, you were able to get like better racing gear, better Sparrows, and you could just be like the top Sparrow racer in the world. You know?
Right.
It's world building, man.
The same way they have the Crucible, where folks just play Crucible.
Yeah. That was me last season.
And they have all this Crucible shit that you can tell that's all they do.
Yeah.
They can do that for Sparrows.
Yeah.
Sparrow racing, Like,
yeah.
And you would have communities within a community. You know what I'm saying? That are all just doing things that they want to do, and and that'll help it thrive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a game developer. Obviously, it's hard to create games. We all know this.
But it's already been created, so they could have just did what they did and tried to charge us for it.
Exactly.
And leave it in there, man.
And we would have bought it, especially if it was good.
Oh man.
You know?
But
we have no issue paying for things that are great and that are fun to do.
But we only like to pay one time though. I don't want to pay for some shit that was on the previous game. I don't want to do that.
Very true. Very true.
I don't want to do that.
Very true. Just selling us the same shit over and over again. And yeah. But I don't know. Any more thoughts, guys?
Not from me. What about you, Samba?
No. Give us more content out the gate. Listen to the audience, and change the mechanics over time. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say on that subject.
All right.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in. See you next time.
Peace.